sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be looking at the future.
The future of robots.
A future of robots. That's right.
Powered by AI.
Yeah, and why this should matter to you.
To every single listener out there.
Exactly. We're going to be looking closely at an article.
On the Financial Times.
From the Financial Times, that's right, about
Jensen Huang.
Yeah, NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang. And
in his keynote at CES.
His keynote, yeah, at CES 2025.
Big stuff. It's
wild. There's predictions of a multi-trillion-dollar
opportunity,
yeah, and a world filled with
humanoid robots.
I mean,
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
Yeah.
So what's really fascinating is that NVIDIA isn't content with just being a chip maker anymore.
Right. They're setting their sights on becoming the leaders of this upcoming robot revolution.
Yeah, you're telling me. So as a quick reminder,
NVIDIA, already a tech titan.
Huge.
Market cap of $3 trillion.
I mean, just massive. And a lot of that comes from...
There's super powerful AI chips.
Yeah, the chips that are used in everything.
Everything from gaming PCs to massive data centers.
Yeah, but now they're moving beyond hardware.
Into the realm of what Huang calls physical AI.
Yeah. What exactly does that mean?
So essentially, it's about creating the software and AI models necessary to train robots for real-world tasks.
Real-world tasks. Okay.
Think of it this way.
Yeah.
So instead of just providing the brains,
right,
NVIDIA wants to build the entire nervous system.
The entire nervous system for robots.
For robots, exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
But Huang doesn't stop there. He's predicting that figuring out robotics
is the key
to what he calls the largest technology industry the world has ever seen.
The largest.
He's putting some serious weight behind that claim.
The article points out that the market for humanoid robots alone.
Expected
to hit a staggering $38 billion.
$38 billion.
Oh, wow. In the next 2 decades.
That's crazy.
That's even bigger than the entire global smartphone market as it stands today.
Wow.
So imagine what that kind of growth could mean for you, for all of us.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So how does NVIDIA plan to dominate this robotic future? What's their secret sauce?
Well, they have a couple of key weapons in their arsenal.
Okay.
One is the Omniverse.
The Omniverse.
A platform that acts like a giant simulator for the physical world.
Yeah,
so developers can use it to create virtual environments where robots can be trained for anything.
So it's like a virtual boot camp?
It's like a virtual boot camp for robots.
Yeah.
Where they can learn and practice in a safe environment before they're unleashed into the real world.
Right, and then the data generated from these simulations
is used to train the AI models that power the robots.
Yeah, but here's where it gets really innovative.
NVIDIA is also developing foundation models for robotics.
Foundation models?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of it like giving robots their own version of ChatGPT.
Oh, wow.
Enabling them to learn and adapt in ways we've never seen before.
I'm curious, what kinds of real-world applications could we see from this technology?
That's where NVIDIA's new GR0T blueprint for humanoid robots comes in.
The GR0T blueprint?
This blueprint is designed to accelerate the development process.
Okay.
Making it faster and easier to create robots that can perform a wide range of tasks.
So we're not just talking about robots working in factories or warehouses.
Right.
These humanoid robots could potentially be in our homes, offices, and even hospitals.
You got it. But it's not just about those flashy humanoid robots, though.
Right.
NVIDIA is also focusing on developing tools for building the kind of robots that will power the behind-the-scenes operations in factories and warehouses, automating tasks that are currently done by humans. They're covering all the bases, you could say.
Yeah, it sounds like they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with robotics. I'm starting to see why Huang is so confident about this being such a massive opportunity. But what about their work with self-driving cars? They've been pretty active in that space as well, right?
Right. Self-driving cars are another major area of focus for NVIDIA.
Okay.
They've announced partnerships with big names like Toyota,
Aurora,
and Continental to integrate their Drive AGX platform into their vehicles.
Okay.
This platform is like the brain of a self-driving car, combining hardware and software that allows for autonomous driving.
Okay, I'm starting to get a sense of just how ambitious NVIDIA's plans are. But before we move on, you mentioned the Drive AGX platform.
Yeah.
Could you unpack that a bit more? What exactly is it, and why is it so important for self-driving cars?
Sure. So the Drive AGX platform is essentially a combination of powerful processors,
Okay.
specialized AI chips, and sophisticated software,
Got it.
all working together to give self-driving cars the ability to perceive their surroundings,
So perceive their surroundings.
make decisions, and navigate safely,
Sounds like a supercomputer
like a supercomputer.
designed specifically for autonomous driving. So it's not just about having the hardware, it's about the software and AI capabilities that make the car truly autonomous.
Exactly. It's about creating a system that can handle the complexities of driving in the real world with all its unpredictable situations and ever-changing environments.
Yeah.
And NVIDIA's Drive AGX platform is one of the most advanced systems out there,
Wow.
which is why they're partnering with so many major car manufacturers.
This is all incredibly fascinating, but I have to admit, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Can we take a step back for a moment and think about what this move into robotics truly signals about the future of AI?
Absolutely. So what we're seeing is a convergence of several groundbreaking technologies.
Okay.
Powerful AI chips, advanced software platforms, and increasingly sophisticated robots.
Okay.
NVIDIA's strategy suggests they believe this convergence is about to reshape the world as we know it.
Okay. So robots everywhere, potentially doing all sorts of jobs that humans currently do.
It's a possibility.
That's exciting, but also a little bit unsettling, right? I mean, what does all this mean for us?
For our jobs.
For our jobs, for our future?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And it leads us into some really important considerations about the impact of this robot revolution.
Okay.
And we're going to dig into that more deeply in the next part of a deep dive.
Okay, great. So for our listeners, stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve into the specific applications NVIDIA is targeting with their robotics push and explore the potential impact on our lives. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back and ready to explore some of the specific ways NVIDIA is planning to use robotics to change the world.
Yeah.
We've talked about this robot revolution in a broad sense, but let's get down to the details.
To the details.
Where will we actually see these robots in action?
Well, one area where NVIDIA is making incredible progress is in the world of manufacturing and logistics.
So you're talking about robots working in factories and warehouses. That sounds pretty familiar.
Those are often called industrial robots, and they've been around for a while.
Right.
But what's exciting is that AI is taking them to a whole new level of sophistication.
I see. So what's the difference between these AI-powered industrial robots and the ones we've seen before? How are they changing the game?
Well, in the past, industrial robots were mainly used for simple, repetitive tasks that could be easily programmed.
Okay.
Things like welding or painting car parts.
Right.
They weren't very adaptable and needed a lot of human supervision.
But with AI, that's all changing.
That's right.
These robots are becoming more independent and intelligent.
Exactly. AI is giving robots the ability to handle more complex tasks, adapt to changing environments, and even learn from their experiences.
Wow.
And NVIDIA is developing tools that make it much easier for companies to build and deploy these intelligent robots in their operations.
Okay, that makes sense. Can you give me a specific example? What kind of tasks could these AI-powered robots perform in a factory or warehouse setting?
Okay, so picture this. A robot that can pick and pack orders,
Okay.
navigate a crowded warehouse floor,
Uh-huh.
and even identify and fix problems on its own. These robots could work alongside humans, collaborating on tasks and making everything run more smoothly and efficiently.
That sounds like it could have a huge impact on the way these industries operate, potentially making them faster, more efficient, and maybe even safer.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Increased automation could lead to faster production times, lower costs.
Right.
And yes, potentially even safer working conditions for humans.
Right.
But of course, there are always two sides to every coin.
And the other side of that coin, as we've touched on before, is the concern about job displacement.
Right.
What happens to the human workers who are currently doing those tasks?
That's a very real and important concern, and it's something that policymakers and industry leaders need to address proactively.
Yeah.
It's not about replacing humans altogether,
Right.
but finding ways for humans and robots to work together effectively.
Effectively.
We need to ensure that workers have access to training programs
Right.
and opportunities to transition into new roles that utilize their skills and expertise.
So it's not just about building the robots, it's about preparing for the social and economic impact they will have.
Exactly.
And making sure everyone benefits from these advancements.
Precisely. This is where those ethical considerations we talked about earlier come into play.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that this technology is implemented in a way that benefits society as a whole.
I agree.
Now, moving on from industrial robots, Let's talk about those humanoid robots that seem to be getting a lot of attention.
Yes.
Especially with NVIDIA's GR00T blueprint.
Yeah, I'm curious about those too. They seem like something straight out of science fiction.
I know, it's crazy.
What are they all about?
So humanoid robots are designed to resemble and interact with humans in a more natural way.
Okay.
They have the potential to perform a much wider range of tasks than industrial robots.
Okay.
Especially in environments that are designed for humans.
So we're talking about robots that could work in our homes, offices, or even hospitals. Robots that could interact with us on a more personal level.
Exactly. Imagine a humanoid robot that could help with household chores.
Okay.
Provide companionship for the elderly.
Wow.
Or even assist surgeons during complex medical procedures.
That's amazing.
They could potentially revolutionize many aspects of our lives.
That's both amazing and a little bit intimidating, to be honest.
I know, right?
But are we really that close to having robots like that in our everyday lives? Or is that still a far-off, futuristic scenario?
It's still early days.
Yeah.
But the progress being made in AI and robotics is happening at an incredible pace.
Yeah.
Companies like NVIDIA are pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Right.
And it's likely that we'll see more and more humanoid robots appearing in various sectors in the coming years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a future that's rapidly approaching.
That's pretty mind-blowing to think about. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that's already having a significant impact on our lives.
Okay.
Self-driving cars.
Self-driving cars.
NVIDIA is deeply invested in this space, and they seem to be making some impressive strides.
They really are. Self-driving cars are a perfect example of how AI is changing the way we get around.
Yeah.
They have the potential to make our roads safer.
Safer.
Reduce traffic jams.
Right.
And even give people who can't drive themselves more freedom and mobility.
That's a great point. NVIDIA's Drive AGX platform seems to be a key part of all these advancements.
It is.
Can you remind our listeners what that is and why it's so important?
Of course. So the Drive AGX platform is basically a powerful package of hardware and software
Okay.
that gives self-driving cars the computing power and AI capabilities they need to operate autonomously.
So it's like we were saying before, it's like the brain of a self-driving car.
Exactly.
And NVIDIA is teaming up with some major players in the automotive industry to integrate this platform into their vehicles, right?
Yes. They've announced partnerships with companies like Toyota Aurora and Continental, to name a few.
Big names.
These partnerships are crucial because they allow NVIDIA to combine their technological expertise with the experience and resources of established automakers who are experts in vehicle design, manufacturing, and safety.
So it's a collaborative effort to bring self-driving cars to the masses, combining the best of both worlds.
Right.
The cutting-edge technology of NVIDIA and the real-world experience of car manufacturers.
Precisely. And the progress they're making is remarkable.
Yeah.
We're already seeing self-driving taxis operating in some cities.
Wow.
And it's likely that we'll see them become much more common in the coming years.
That's really exciting, but there are still challenges to overcome, right? I mean, self-driving cars have been in development for quite a while.
They have.
And there's still some skepticism about their safety and reliability.
That's true. There are still some technical hurdles to overcome, such as making sure that self-driving cars can handle unexpected situations and navigate complex environments safely and reliably.
And I imagine there are also regulatory and ethical issues to consider as well.
Right.
It's not just about the technology itself, but how it fits into our existing legal and ethical frameworks.
Absolutely. We need to establish clear guidelines and regulations for self-driving cars.
Yeah.
To ensure that they operate safely and responsibly on our roads.
Okay.
And we need to have open and honest discussions about their potential impact on jobs, the economy, and society as a whole.
It seems like we keep coming back to this idea that technological advancements don't happen in a vacuum.
They don't.
They have ripple effects throughout society, and it's our responsibility to think carefully about those effects and make sure we're prepared for them.
I agree.
Well said. Now, speaking of thinking about implications, let's talk about that personal AI supercomputer that NVIDIA is releasing.
Yes.
It sounds like it could be a game changer for researchers and developers.
It could be huge.
But what could it mean for the average person? How could it impact their lives?
That's a great question. So this personal AI supercomputer is essentially a powerful desktop computer that can run complex AI models locally.
Okay.
Without needing to rely on cloud computing services.
So instead of needing massive data centers and cloud platforms, people could run these powerful AI models right on their own computers.
Exactly.
That sounds pretty revolutionary.
It is. It could open up a world of possibilities for individuals, especially those who are interested in exploring the potential of AI and developing their own applications.
So it seems like it could democratize access to AI in a way,
It could.
giving more people the tools and resources to experiment and innovate with this technology.
Exactly. It could empower individuals to develop and deploy AI applications that address specific needs in their communities or industries.
Wow.
It's a really exciting development that could lead to a surge in creativity and innovation.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive,
Yeah.
from industrial robots to humanoid robots to self-driving cars to personal AI supercomputers.
Yeah, we have.
It's clear that NVIDIA is betting big on the future of robotics and AI.
They are all in.
But what does it all mean for us? What kind of world are we heading towards?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's a world full of incredible possibilities, both exciting and potentially challenging. We're on the verge of a technological revolution that could transform our lives in profound ways.
But as we've been discussing, it's important to approach this revolution with a sense of both wonder and responsibility.
It is.
We need to make sure that these technologies are developed and used in a way that benefits everyone
Benefits everyone.
and helps create a better future for all.
I completely agree. It's up to all of us to shape this future
Yeah.
and ensure that humans and robots can coexist and thrive together in a world that's both technologically advanced and ethically grounded.
Well said. We'll be back in a moment for the final part of our deep dive into NVIDIA's robot revolution, where we'll explore some of the broader implications of these advancements and discuss what you can do to prepare for this rapidly changing world. Don't go anywhere. All right, so welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. You know, we've explored the technology, we've looked at some of the potential benefits, some of the risks.
Yeah.
But now I really want to kind of step back and look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, the big picture.
What are the broader implications of this robot revolution for society as a whole?
This is where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about, small changes here.
Right.
We're talking about a potential paradigm shift
A paradigm shift.
in how we live, work,
Interact.
and interact with the world around us.
Okay, so paint a picture for me. What might this world look like in, say, 10 or 20 years?
Yeah.
Will we have robots doing all of our chores, driving us everywhere,
Yeah.
and maybe even making our decisions for us?
Well, it's unlikely robots will be making, our big life decisions anytime soon,
Okay.
but they will undoubtedly have a significant impact
Right.
on many aspects of our lives.
I can see that.
And that impact is something we need to be thinking about now.
Okay, so let's start with work.
Okay.
How will this robot revolution affect our jobs and the way we work?
So let's start with work. As robots become more capable of performing complex tasks,
Right.
they'll inevitably change the nature of work
Okay.
in various industries.
Right.
This could lead to some jobs being redefined
Yeah.
or even replaced
Right.
in sectors like manufacturing, transportation, and customer service.
That's a concern we've talked about, and it's one that we should definitely address. But are there potential positive impacts on the job market as well?
Absolutely.
Could this robot revolution actually create new opportunities?
Of course, throughout history, technological advancements have often led to the creation of entirely new industries and jobs that no one could have predicted.
Oh.
Like the development of the internet,
Oh, yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
led to the rise of e-commerce, social media, and a whole world of online jobs.
So it's not necessarily about losing jobs, but about adapting to the changing landscape
Already adapting.
and preparing ourselves for the jobs of the future.
Yeah.
What would that preparation look like for the average person?
So it's all about focusing on the skills that are difficult for robots to replicate,
Okay.
like creativity,
Okay.
critical thinking, problem solving,
Mm-hmm.
and emotional intelligence. Those are uniquely human skills that will always be valuable no matter how advanced technology becomes.
Yeah, I mean, those skills are already emphasized in education, but it sounds like they'll become even more important in the coming years.
I agree. And we also need to think about providing opportunities for people to learn new skills
Yes.
and adapt to these changing job markets.
Yeah.
Governments and educational institutions will have a crucial role to play in ensuring that people have the support they need to navigate this transition.
All right, so we talked about the impact on the job market. What about other aspects of our daily lives?
Yeah.
How might our homes, our cities, our leisure time be affected as robots become more commonplace?
Imagine a world where robots handle everyday tasks like cleaning laundry and grocery shopping.
Okay.
This could free up a lot of time for people to pursue their passions, spend time with loved ones, or simply relax and enjoy life more.
That does sound pretty appealing.
Right.
But what about the potential downsides? There are concerns about privacy and security with all this technology becoming so integrated into our lives, right?
Those are valid concerns. As robots become more integrated into our homes and daily routines, they will inevitably collect data about our habits and preferences.
Yeah.
It's essential to have clear guidelines and regulations around data privacy and security to ensure that this information is protected and used responsibly.
And what about the broader ethical implications?
Yeah.
How do we ensure that these incredibly powerful technologies are used for good and don't pose a risk to human safety or well-being?
This is where we need to have open and honest discussions as a society.
Yeah.
We need to think deeply about the potential consequences of AI and robotics and develop ethical frameworks to guide their development and use.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider, and these are conversations we need to be having now, not later.
Oh, yeah.
So for our listeners who are feeling a bit overwhelmed by all this, what can they do to prepare for this future that's rapidly approaching?
Well, the first and most important thing is to stay informed.
Okay, stay informed.
Read articles.
Right.
Listen to podcasts like this one and engage in conversations about these topics.
Okay.
The more you understand about AI and robotics, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the changes they bring.
Knowledge is power, as they say.
Exactly. And as we've discussed, focus on developing those uniquely human skills.
Right.
That'll be valuable in any future.
Yeah.
Regardless of how technology evolves.
So it's not just about becoming a tech expert. It's about being adaptable, creative, and able to solve problems in a world that's constantly changing.
That's it.
That's great advice. And I think it's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
You know, this robot revolution is an exciting and potentially transformative moment in human history.
It really is.
It's up to all of us to embrace the possibilities, navigate the challenges, and ensure that this future benefits all of humanity.
Well said. It's a future that we will create together through thoughtful dialogue, responsible innovation, and a shared commitment to shaping a world where technology serves humanity.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of NVIDIA and the robot revolution.
Absolutely.
We hope you found it informative, thought-provoking, and maybe even a little bit inspiring. Remember, the future is not something that just happens to us. It's something we create.
We create it.
So stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged in the conversation until next time.